Hey everyone, Ben from Lenovo Legion, and I'm here again to talk a bit more about gaming on your Legion device. So today I'm going to talk about where are you getting your games when you're playing on a PC, because there is a lot of different places, just like in the real world for buying games in different shops. There's a whole bunch of different shop fronts that you can get them from. So let's have a quick look at where you should be and why you should be using those different platforms. So first up, there's obviously Steam. Steam is the go-to place for gaming on PC. It has been around for the longest, and it has a whole bunch of everything. The majority of games are on that space. It's got all your friends lists, it's got new releases, it's got special deals, it's got amazing sales where people empty their wallets, and you can pretty much buy anything you want from a PC game on this platform. You absolutely should be very first downloading Steam onto your computer so that you can get that happening. Second one that's a bit of a new one that's come to the scene is the Epic Games Store. So that's come off the back of their massive success with Fortnite and deciding to be a real challenger to Steam. Very similar to Steam, where it's a shop front where you can buy all sorts of different games. One interesting thing is that this Epic Games Store gives you one or two free games every week. So you can get a fairly massive taste of some excellent games on PC just by logging in, checking out what's there, and grabbing the free one, and then maybe seeing if there's any sweet deals on new release games that you might want to buy. Another one to just check out as well is the Microsoft Store. So that's built into your Windows 10. You can get to it from the start menu. And the interesting thing about Windows Store and the Microsoft Store is that a lot of all the games that run on Xbox will also be compatible directly on your PC. So you have things like Halo and Forza and Gears of War and the like that are usually exclusive Xbox titles, but now will run on any Windows 10 PC as well, and you can get them from the Microsoft Store. And they also have a very exciting thing called the Microsoft Game Pass, which is kind of like Netflix for games. They have about 100 or so games, which you can see are listed in here, included with Game Pass in some of these activities, where you can download and play them as much as you want while the subscription service is active. So you should definitely check out Microsoft Game Pass. Then you have a lot of the platforms that are run by the individual publishers. For instance, Origin, which is run by EA Games, where you end up with the games that are exclusive to EA tend to run through their platforms, like Apex Legends. So this is the place you need to go to be able to play that, as well as they do have a component called Origin Access, which is kind of like that Microsoft Game Pass. We have full access to a whole bunch of EA back catalog, as well as they do some pre-release things, and you get some extra currency and bits and pieces, but it's a cool little subscription space. Then Ubisoft have their own version as well, which is called Uplay. You have access to all of Ubisoft's titles like Assassin's Creed and Rainbow Six Siege, as well as a bunch of free games that they have running on there, such as the new Might and Magic Chess Royale, or Rabbids Coding for your kids, which is quite cool. So there's a whole bunch of titles going through there. Bethesda have a similar in the Bethesda.net store, where they've got access to all the different franchises they have, Wolfenstein, Fallout, and the like, where you have both exciting new release titles and content and DLC, as well as some free games like Fallout Shelter and things like that. Now you also have Battle.net, which is the Blizzard and now Activision storefront, which has all of the massive Blizzard games you'd expect: World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Diablo, StarCraft, as well as now it has the new Call of Duty games, Modern Warfare and Black Ops 4. So that's getting some great space in there. Not only does all the purchasing and managing the titles, but also runs the multiplayer for those activities on PC as well. Then you have a couple of the smaller shop fronts, but just as exciting, things like Green Man Gaming and Good Old Games, which are just different retailers in the likes of Steam, where you can get some great deals that are going to be different from some of the other platforms, and potentially even find some out-of-print titles that have been rescued, particularly on things like GOG, which used to run off the back of that. And one program that I've been using from GOG that they've just launched a 2.0 version is GOG Galaxy, which actually combines all of those platforms together. So I can see here on my Galaxy every single game that I've got across Xbox, PlayStation, Epic Games Store, Steam, Uplay, Origin, everything's combined into one place. So I've got a nice little easy space to download them all. And as well, it'll have all my friends lists from all of those titles running at the same time, and even does great stats about what platforms I'm using the most and where I'm getting my achievements and things like that. So it's a good little space if you have all of accounts for every single one of those platforms, and you need to keep it all managed nice and neatly. So if you're gaming on PC, you need to know where to get those games from. This is a great space to be checking out. Have a look through all of those different platforms. They've all got their different pros and cons. But yeah, you might be able to get some sweet deals across some of them. So enjoy gaming on your Legion device.